over here in a sec, and then I will start talking. Hello, everyone. We are here for our finale. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching us all. I say all week. We started on Wednesday, so halfway through the week, all of the past 4 days. Thank you so much for all of your generous donations and your time and your attention and the follows and just all of the support. It really, really means a lot to all of us. We are almost done. We have one last run, and then we can all get some sleep. Coming up, we have Ghosts of Tsushima by EmeraldAly. And thanks to everyone's very generous donations, we have a category upgrade. This was originally going to be a no DLC run, and now we get to see the DLC. So I don't know very much about this game, so I'm going to stop talking and hand it over to Ali and Solmus on commentary. It's all yours.
Hi, everybody. I'm really tickled to be the finale, as somebody pointed out during the selection show. I really like that. For this marathon, Ghost of Tsushima is a game that means a lot to me, and especially this Dual Rush category. It's kind of instituted on my own. And let me just talk a little bit about what we're going to see before we see it, because a lot happens during this run that only happens for like a second or two at a time, so it's hard to talk about one thing and then 19 other things happen by the time I finish the sentence. So just some basic information first. We structured the Dual Rush category when the DLC came out, and there was a patch added to the game that allowed for the replay of most open world activities, including duels. You can see there's one there, there's one here, and as much as we'd like to go to the menu and press a button, yes, do the Dual Rush, no, finding them on the map is part of the run, and we just knock them all off one at a time. And yeah, that's the run. Thank you all for your donations to get this upgraded to the DLC run. The first 4 fights will be done in this Gosaku's armor, because you'll see why, but we have colossal increase to health, massive increase to stagger damage is the important part here for the first 4 fights. After that, we will switch over to the Sarigami, which is found in the DLC, and this is the one that had the incentive with it. And could I perhaps be told the winner of that?
You may. One second for the page. It doesn't always show me the most. Alrighty. Ghost of Tsushima armor color. We had red with no dollars, black with $15.01, green with $20, and your winner, white armor with $23 donated.
Thank you so much. White is my favorite. I just think it looks the best. You'll see some really cool abilities for this armor. You can read them on the side of the... Well, no, you can't. You could have read them on the side of the screen, but it provides for a lot of free opportunities to do damage to the various bosses. So, I was about to say we'll get started, but perhaps I have a friend joining me on commentary. Perhaps they'd like to introduce themselves.
Hey, I'm Solmas, Solmas218 on Twitch. I was here for the first run of the day, Eco with Sancho Panda, and I'm here for the last run of the day with Ali. I'm very happy to be here, and I've actually never seen this game before other than just seeing it in the practice room just before the stream, so this is going to be interesting for me. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, please, anything that comes to mind, don't hesitate to ask. Alright. As much as I am enjoying the luxury of being the finale and I don't have to rush to make sure the next person's on time, I think it is time we get started. So we are on the Gosaku's armor for the first 4 fights. The first fight is against Khotun Khan. Big time story opponent. There are actually 2 duels against Khotun Khan in the story. The first one is unwinnable and it's not part of this run. But time to start the yes button, so... Something came unplugged for a second there. 3, 2, 1, go. So Kotun uses the spear stance.
Avenge the people of Tsushima.
You do the spear stance bow against him. 1, nope. Okay, that's not what we want him to do. We don't want him to block. 1, 2, and then a tie. 3 hits. Clash, that was 4 hits, maybe 4. Then after that, we will do an ability we'll see throughout the run called Dance of Wrath. That's it right there, 1 more hit, and that's the fight. I was very happy when I discovered that pretty consistent script for that fight, because it was a very difficult fight before I did. Next is General Temuge, also a story enemy.
You're just making it look too easy at this point.
And I have killed men like you all across our island.
Don't worry, I'm sure I'll die a few times.
Careful, Temuge. You can't get Kotun's reward if you're dead.
3 bosses is they all have shields. This Gosaku's build, which makes quite a glass cannon, specializes the 3 guard breaks in a wrath against Temuge. That's unfortunate. So that means it's gonna have to be 4 guard breaks, because I had to spend my 3 resolve on Iron Will reviving. Yeah, if I still had my 3 resolve, shoot up, and that would be the fight. Let's try this one again.
I am Jin Sakai. And I am like
You're fooling me here because he's standing in sword stance, even though I actually was in stance.
Careful, Temuge. Kotun's reward if you're
Yeah,
dead.
he one-shots me with the flaming sword, so definitely a glass cannon build.
Tsushima now, and I might show you mercy.
Wow, he one-shot me without the flaming sword. That I actually didn't know.
You have killed men in many countries, Temuge.
You're saying you've never seen that before.
Die.
I probably remember it. He should be dead here. And if you let that cutscene play out, that's out in the Duel Rush, the Duel Replay. If you let it play out in the story, his head. Alton and Harinari, the next 2 fights, are basically the same idea as Temuge, just a lot easier. They don't have as much health, they don't hit as hard. So it'll only be 2 sword clashes and hopefully a Dance of Wrath against these 2, rather than 3. That little parry move that the shield do there is easily done. Okay, should be good to Dance of Wrath here. Yep. Wasn't too is kind of. Harinari is basically the same fight except he doesn't talk. Okay, that's probably a little bit before. He backstepped away from my dance flurry. Yeah, and he has to be in range, but the shield stance flurry, yeah, again, weird. Shield stance flurry is holding down triangle. So, and you can't hold it. Eventually, Jin will start the flurry. There, finally. So I would be able to do Dance of Wrath here if I had my 3 resolve. Of course, you can see my health in the lower left corner of the screen. Anything will kill me, but there we go. We're through. So those are the fights we use Gosakus for. I will now close. So slight routing change here. I used to go to the Eagle first on Hickey Island. That is the DLC now.
You will hang.
Slight focus mode moment needed here. Okay, Yeah, if you can break Kumbish before he damages you, he'll drop his shield and never pick it back. Come on. There we go. Attack at the exact same time as the parry inputs, you will skip the parry animation, which is a nice little find I came up with.
Could have served the eagle. I will never be her shaman.
Should be switching back to swords. Yeah, these should be very... Okay, good. I don't like that I only have 2 resolve here.
You waste the eagle's gift.
I gotta heal in at least.
You waste the air with.
Okay. That was a little nervy. I'm used to parrying his spear.
That fight was intense.
Yeah. Alright, hardest fight in the run. Probably not gonna talk much during this fight. So, talk about anything you see.
Wearing armor with an on it, and I really like that. So essentially, this is monkey versus eagle. And he's definitely going to come out on top. Monkey is way better than an eagle.
That's so much harder than that just made it look. Like, holy, that is so much harder than that just made it look. Alright.
Was right.
I feel that.
The monkey was better than the eagle.
Alright, this is Black Hand Riku. You made this boss and I shop at the same store. This is where you unlock on the armor, is after fight.
Yeah, he's got good style. I like his style.
Okay, that should not have happened. Oh, no, 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 no! Okay, that was a weird fight, but at least I didn't die. Next is the Viper. This is a very easy fight to win, which makes it a very hard fight to do fast. Way too much sound in my headphones, so I'm gonna turn that down a little, because I can barely hear you, Saltmass.
The wrong friend, Saka.
Should be better now, though. Yeah, this is actually a fight you can miss in your playthrough of the DLC. You encounter this character and you have to deal with him one way or another. You can deal with him violently or non-violently, but even if you do the non-violent resolution, the dual replay, although it's not available, which is nice. This fight is definitely the one that's easy to win, hardest to do fast, because this is probably the first duel you'll find in your playthrough. So the game's fairly gentle with the this lady doesn't move fast at all, and that's what we need here to, because a lot of this combat is reaction, especially Yami armor. I parry, so in order to the opponent to attack, that was pretty good. That was pretty fast.
The arena for that fight is beautiful. It's so cinematic.
This whole game is beautiful and cinematic. Not that you're not saying that, but it is. This is Yasuhiro Kanda.
Oh, absolutely. You can tell that this is basically an Akira Kurosawa game that you can play.
Yeah. There is, in fact, a Kurosawa mode filter in the video settings.
Studying.
Whoop. I do not recommend using it on your first playthrough. We had someone from our community do that in theirs, and they missed out on... You may have noticed that some of the have blue glints on the... Well, in Kurosawa mode, you can't see those. So, those glints... You can... Wrong map. Whether you can pin incoming attack or not. And they look identical otherwise. I thought the game was a lot harder than it was.
First up, us from our home. After that, I'll worry about.
Terrifying.
Yeah, this fight occurs at the end of one of the which are a collection of side missions in the game. This loot player tells you about, and you unlock the ghost abilities, and this one actually unlocks a bow, weirdly enough. And yeah, there's not much of a supernatural element in this game, but there is a little bit, and mainly through those mythic tales. This next fight is the first against Ryuzo, quote-unquote friend.
I'll make it quick.
You fight him twice in the game, and he's another opponent who likes to stand around and talk, so you have to bait him to attack, and the best way to bait the enemy to attack is to attack in their face but not actually hit them. That was pretty... By doing that, the enemy AI recognizes an opening, but you have to, in turn, be ready to shut down that opening. So it's pretty risky, but it works most of the time. I do tend to like the fights where they're more aggressive a little bit more. Like this one. This guy's pretty aggressive. And you'll notice that move there. Many of the dual opponents do that move. If you let them attack, connect with the attack they're winding up for, it'll damage you badly, but it's also just a free opportunity to hit without even worrying about their guard meter, so it's kind of stupid for them to do. That is a collection of little side quests culminating in, which is one of the harder ones in the game. We'll see it shortly. Most of the Six Blades fights themselves are, you know, they're Kojiro's lackeys, so they're not too much to worry about. This one especially is very scripted. Okay. I feel like I skipped somebody. No, I didn't. This is without fight in the run, and the one thing kinda sorta making me wish I was using camera, you'll see what I mean in just a moment.
I see how you move.
We get to one sword clash with the spirit. Second parry, one hit, Dance of Wrath. Now I have put the controller down. My hands are not on the controller. But you have to, but
Learning.
they're not.
I know how to do.
No, you will die.
Isn't that
Great
something?
warrior. Use the Dance of Wrath.
Yeah. That was a skill issue right there.
It's a slight time loss to do it that way, but it's well worth it for a marathon showcase run. This fight against Lady Masako, this was actually game footage ever revealed for this game, so this fight, even though Masako is a character you're allied with for basically the entire game other than this moment, this fight does hold a special place for me, and that's not gonna work. I suppose I could have done Iron Will, but nah.
My friend.
There you see me parrying and attacking at the same time to skip the parry animation.
You are defending a murderer.
Yeah, in practice before the run, I actually found a quicker kill for this fight. I haven't been able to replicate it, but I just found it like an hour ago, so I haven't had too much practice with it. That wasn't too bad. I really feel like I've skipped
You're just
the fight,
blazing
but
through
I don't know
these.
which one. This is another fairly aggressive enemy, so I don't have to worry too much about baiting him, except after the first sword clash, he has an annoying tendency to kick rather than swinging his sword. And you can't parry those, but he's being pretty cooperative this time, so that's nice. Yeah, I'll take that.
He just gave that one to you.
Yep. In there, so let's go back. Make sure we go back. This code, the boss of
Yo,
the
how could you
six
skip
lanes.
this? This arena's beautiful. How could you ever skip this?
Very stunning arena, and probably the single hardest hitting boss.
I've killed 1,000 men. Every death was suicide.
The musician is right. You are a demon.
Are you the one who finally killed me?
I like how all of the paper lanterns move around as you touch them.
Okay, not bad. Yeah, I used to have
That's
a lot
really
more
cool.
trouble with
Cool
this fight
arena.
than doing here. Yeah, it's called Duel on the Mirror of Sacred Light, and yeah, I mean, I said it before, every arena, every area in this game is gorgeous. This game won awards for its art direction for a reason, and we did actually skip over the... So let's go for it. I mentioned during my Mulaka run of the marathon that a survivor had kind of hacked summary. That's kind of happening here too. The timing is just different enough to... We're doing okay. Oh, Pixel! There we go. Alright, moving right along. Next is the bottom leaves. He's a jerk. Listen to his dialogue. If he doesn't kill me first. Yeah, right here.
If you had gotten here sooner,
I'm here
They'd
now.
all be alive if you had gotten here sooner. Without context, what does that sound like? That sounds like there were some innocent people you and I could have saved together. No, he's actually talking about people he killed. So, real jerk.
This dude's stone cold.
And now he's dead. Oh, we got the wisecrack. I love that. It's only about 10-20% of the time that plays. And it's you'll never kill again. This is the second fight with Ryuzo. He really loves to stand around and talk in this fight. There I go baiting him, and he one-shots me.
You should have surrendered.
If I can bait a parryable attack, and it is straight up G, whether it's parryable or not. If I bait a parryable,
Not me, Ryuzo.
the fight goes okay.
you broke your uncle's code.
You left me no choice. I'll never forgive you.
Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, it was second try, so not perfect, but on that try, that's exactly how that fight is supposed to go. Alright, only a couple of fights left. Next is Duel. This is the dual opponent who is not actually trying to...
The way of the flame is on.
This fight occurs in a side mission. That is exactly what I wanted him not to do. This fight occurs in a side mission, and it's essentially a sparring match. I can't parry the forward. Yeah.
Oh, strike your
Okay,
sword
sorry.
against your piece of the rock. Once more.
Yeah, now when he says once more, we wait for Flaming Sword to go out entirely, step back, Wrath. The flaming sword. Oh boy. And we are on to the last fight, which is against Lord Shimura. You want to talk about a beautiful arena? This is it.
Let me go in peace.
It's an opponent that kind of stands around and talks, but he hits so hard, I'm not interested in baiting out his attacks. I'll just wait for them.
Only make them worse. I can't feel the show.
That is not what I meant to do, but we'll see how it goes. I've got a really consistent script for this fight, and I am not doing it. The seat of our pants here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're good. Get ready on time. Time.
GG's, that was amazing.
Thank you. I've loved this game since before it came out, certainly when it came out, and the campaign was really wanted to speedrun. Oddly enough, it was one that I enjoyed just losing myself in, immersing myself in. There's also a lot of like standing around and listening to people talk during the speedrun, which isn't my jam, but the Duel fast-paced, high-octane combat, one right after another. I love this category so much. I think having me let me show it off. I thank you so much for having me in this event at all. It's certainly a cause I believe in. I was in the hospital last March with a jaw infection, and this July I'll have it paid off. So, yeah, it's a cause I keep those donations coming. Just because the marathon's now ending doesn't mean the cause is ending. And yeah, I guess that's all I have. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Allie. I really appreciate it. All right, everybody. I am going to swap over to another scene, not really our intermission scene, for the outro. So stick around for just a few more minutes. I just ask a few minutes of your time, and then we'll get you out of here, okay? So give me 1 sec. Alrighty. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Wanted to thank you all for being a part of this. I won't keep you long. I'll make this short. But yesterday I made a note to Miss Ray, my wife, that we raised a little bit more than $300, and that it had been our most profitable is not the right word, but the most donations we had gotten on any day of the 3 that we'd had so far. And all we did today was raise more than twice that much money. I want to thank everybody so much for their donations, for their support, for their just watching, lurking, telling your friends and your communities, and just being a part of this community. It really, really, really means a lot. This is a lot of money, everybody. This is going to change and quite possibly save a lot of people's lives. Medical debt is a plague in this country, in the United States. I know not all of us are American, but and this isn't the solution. This is not the answer. This is a stopgap, but because that's the best that we can do, that's what we're going to keep doing. And this is something that I believe very strongly in. and the mission of this community is something that I believe very strongly in, and I'm going to keep working to see it realized. So yeah, $154,000 in medical debt that no longer exists thanks to your efforts, and I really, really appreciate that. We're going to get out of here. I am open if anyone in chat has any channels that they would really like to raid. I don't know whether anyone who participated in the event is live right now. If so, I'm happy to raid them. Otherwise, I'm happy to take recommendations, or I can just pick a place to go. Oh, hey, we have more donations. Who did that come from? Let me read that real quick. From Allie, $25. Thank you, Allie. And thank you for your runs, Allie. Allie had a couple of really great runs this week, including that closer that I just desperately need to play now. Ghost of Tsushima is beautiful. Abby is live. Is Abby still live? I don't see Abby in my follow list anymore, but I did until very recently. Anyway, yeah, I've got a lot of emotions about this week that I'm gonna need to unpack over the next few days. But first, I need to get some sleep. I think you all need to get some sleep. This is what we're gonna do. We are going to raid into a streamer that many of you probably have never heard of, or maybe you have. They are not a member of the Meteor community, but that's okay, because you don't have to be. We're going to raid a lovely streamer named School Appropriate. She is a music teacher, which is something near and dear to my heart. We talked about that during Talbrick's speedruns. And she is a Digimon speedrunner, although it looks like right now she might be playing Yu-Gi-Oh? Anyway, if you know School Appropriate, wonderful. If you don't, that's fine. Maybe get to know her. She's really lovely. Again, yeah, I just want to thank everybody for being here. It really, really, really means a lot to me. If you have found this community this week because of RIPDebt Not Runs, I ask that you consider sticking around. This is just one aspect of what we do. This is just one facet of what the community is about, and what I'd really, really like to accomplish is much greater than just marathon events. So please stick around. I love you all. I really appreciate all of you. Have a great week. Go say hi to School Appropriate. Bye, everybody.